What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. Of course, today is Tuesday, and this is the unofficial Unmasked After Show. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday evening. I think we were talking about ATVs and side-by-sides and all that kind of stuff tonight on the Unmasked Show, so I figured we can go into that. I don't have one of those fancy ones like they got, but I got a go-kart, and it's got a sound system on it. I want to hear what you guys got. I know we got a lot of people in the chat already. The regulars, of course, 25, Bobby B, David, Samuel, Adir, Bubba, Dub Team, everybody is here. What is going on? Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Yes, Andy Milanakis. I love him. He actually just started up his TikTok account, and he's doing, his old stuff, and it's pretty cool to see, child stars and stuff. Absolutely, man. Anyone wall a motorcycle yet? You know what? Absolutely. Probably a stunt wall. I was talking to Bill about that today, about stunt walls and stuff. So I'm sure I've seen some pretty crazy motorcycle builds, and put that together with the base head. You're asking for something pretty loud. So I assume maybe not the wall that you may be thinking of, but definitely a stunt wall. Stu, thanks for tuning in, man. I see you jumped in on the Unmasked show a little late, but it's okay, man. It's okay. Thanks for tuning in here. Paul, what is going on? Thank you for tuning in. I know. Well, this is actually kicker content. Paul is very upset. He's like, listen, he comments, great content, but it's not kicker stuff. But I understand, man. I'm going to try to get more kicker content for you guys for sure. Let's see. Mullen Performance, thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing good. Oh, Samuel Seal says, so Crutchfield has the 1800, I'm guessing the CXA amp, for $300. I'm going to get it. I was just talking to Kayla about this because I have two of them. I have the 43 2-ohm stable CX version of the 1800s, and they are, I feel, at least for the kicker brand, the best bang for your buck if you're just looking for power, yada yada, no fancy DSP stuff. That is the amplifier to go with for $300. That is a heck of a deal. I think brand new those go for what, $429. Even at the $400 price point, you're getting a really good amplifier. Absolutely, man. Guys, jump on that before that sale's gone. I would love to see one of those paired up to a kicker quad box, just because it's a lot cheaper than the KX2400. I know the 2400 is, quote, the perfect amp for that. But if you're banging on a budget, you just want 412s in your SUV and you want to save some money on an amplifier, I feel like the CXA 1800 is the amp to go for that. Stu said, my whole last week was ATVs, all terrible vehicles. sorry to hear that, man. Baba says, working on my way to get those kind of toys, Andy. Well, if you keep giving me super chats like you are, it's not going to happen as fast, man. No, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. And absolutely, man, I feel like I have a lot of toys. They're not like those kind of toys, but I got my toys. I'm not going to get too upset about it. I got to get my go-kart running. I got to fix the shifting mechanism from forward to reverse. We got Vega. What is going on, Vega? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Miss ya. RGA still not feeling too good, man. I hope you are doing better, man. That Rona takes a long time to get over. The side effects are very long. We got a member from Kicker Club. Yo, thanks for tuning in. Again, if you are watching this from the Kicker Club, there's a link above this video. Just click that so we can see who you are. I can see after the video, but not real time, unfortunately. William, what is up, Andy? Living Loud on Unmasked After Show for the win. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, man. And you are always tuning in to all my shows like a lot of you guys are, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see. Vega is in the house. Bobby, you ain't lying. He said, I seen a wall on a tractor. Yes, they have stunt walls. I think it's usually in third world countries, unless you're down in maybe Texas or who knows, Oklahoma, with the tractors and stunt walls and just crazy stereo systems that are like 15 feet high. And I've seen a lot that had kicker products in them, man. Absolutely. Jake Zimmerman, thanks for tuning in, man. What's going on, buddy? Let's see. Dub Team says, what about the kid with the Power Wheels and a 12-inch 160 dB wasn't? You know what? The Power Wheel class is a love-hate relationship for me. I love it because you're getting your kids into car audio. One thing I don't like about it is, just like if you ever did Boy Scouts and the Pinewood Derby, I remember coming in with my block of wood, okay? And then this other kid would come in with this thing it looked like it came from Hot Wheels. Whenever the parents get a little too involved, it almost takes it away, but I get it. I totally get it. And another thing with the SPL, if you ever notice, there's like 15 adults just huddled around to keep the SPL in, because they're convertibles. There's no, not even a convertible, there's no lid, there's no roof. So you have to keep it in some which way. I feel like maybe they could do it a little bit different, and it really all does depend who's trying to keep that SPL in. But they are so cool to see. I love the ones at like the car shows, kids driving around, and he's just bumping. That is the point of the Power Wheels. So DBs, just like anything, man, how much do they really matter? I'm doing good, man. I had a crazy weekend, but a good weekend. Everything's going good. I actually picked up a 55-gallon fish tank today for free off this buddy of mine that I just met on Facebook. Here, he does podcasts for comedians. I'm going to have to get with him to get, switch each other's channels so we can watch our stuff, man. Really cool guy, man. Good weekend, good day. I'm not going to complain too much. John says, fun fact, Andy Milonakis is an adult. Homie just had a condition where he looked really young. Honestly, it seems like it. He doesn't look like he aged a day, man. 25 says, Art was hitting hard on Andy earlier. Oh, man, he was coming for me hard. You know what? That's Art, though. I'm used to dealing with it, and it's like, it is what it is, man. That's how I got the chip on my shoulder, and you know what? It's like you almost need that. I've had people tell me, oh, blah, 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 aren't you going to go see anything else? You just going to hang out at the kicker station all day at Slamology? Well, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I am, and it's like, you don't want to say one thing or the other, but that's human nature, man. It is what it is, and you know what? And here I am today, and I'm not looking backwards. Baba says, I endoed a three-wheeler a few times when I was a kid. That is why I got banned. So you're the one that got those, the three-wheel motorcycle-looking things banned. The guy that works on my bike, he actually has one, man. Those are awesome. Got lots of comments, guys. I'm trying to get through them, but you know how it is. It's crazy. Got 30 people in the chat, man. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button before you leave. Appreciate you guys. Baba says, yeah, see what David said, need a PayPal or Venmo so you get better cut. I do have Venmo and PayPal. I'm trying to, it's different because the names are different for each, and I would rather almost make a new one for this specifically because tax season is going to be fun next year. But I will definitely get with you guys because I know they do take a decent chunk. They take 40%, if not more, of what you guys donate. And I'm surprised you guys didn't know that earlier, but usually, that's something maybe all YouTubers might not say. But absolutely, man, and PayPal and Venmo doesn't take anything. And PayPal, if you do it friends, you lose like $1 or $2. So it's not too bad. Either way, man. You know what? I appreciate you guys. I really do. Just being here. What's going on, Drew? He's here for the UnMasked After Show. He loves it. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Let's see here. Lots of comments. Stu said, I did a 97 Tahoe a couple years ago with 6 of the 1800s on 12 CVR 15s. It did the job. That's awesome, dude. Shoot, 6 of the 1800s on 12. So you had 1 amp on 2 12s. That's perfect, especially for the CVR 15s. I think the CVR 15s, weren't they 750 RMS? Because that's the CVR, not the L7X or the CVX. So that's pretty good. That's like a perfect matchup, really. Like 20-30% over RMS value. Well, I don't care, but that's how a lot of people match it up. And I bet you that freaking bang, dude. 12, 15s, no matter what vehicle. Tahoe, you got the space to do it. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm burping up my tea from McDonald's. Let's see here. Steve Kelly, thanks for tuning in, man. How you doing? Mullen, I seen your video. So, real question, has anyone parked a truck on I'm guessing the kicker, and still see if it worked? Yeah, the way you did it, probably, I don't know. If you just drove on it straight, yeah, I mean, I don't think any sub would survive. DIY, what's going on, Justin? Thanks for tuning in, man. Deviant has arrived. What's going on, buddy? 25 is just, he's throwing softballs. Anyone see how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? You know what's funny? I seen so many of my, Skip and Shannon and so many podcasters of NFL talking about this, and it's like, this has nothing to do with football, yet you guys are talking about it. But man, when I seen that, I was just like, what? I get why he slapped him. Everyone thought it was a joke and it was kind of funny, but then after he walked away, that was already too much. But we get it, we can understand. And then he sits down, and then it's like, oh no, these are the real feelings, and it's like, whoa, okay, you just went a little bit too far, regardless of the situation. And I love Will Smith, I love Chris Rock, man, but I think Chris Rock won this one for sure, man. Awesome, Steve. He says, I share some pictures of my SXS system build on the Kicker Club page. That's what we need, man. We need the content coming through there. We want to see your guys' build. I want to see them. It's awesome to see your guys' stuff, man, because a lot of times without these groups and what we do, things just get lost. You post it on your personal profile, and only your friends are going to see it. You're not just the people that like the same brand that you like. That's why the Kicker Club is the thing, man. And thank you for doing that. Jake says the Power Wheel builds need to be under 300 total budget battery amp and sub, in my opinion. Well, then that's like, that's the whole thing. I wouldn't say budget, but yeah, right, because it's like, oh, retails it on sale, and then that's a whole debacle. But right, and I know they have with Mecha, like there's 80 amp fuse rating, that's the most you can have, and stuff like that. But that's all you really, you know what I mean? That's all you got no alternator. But still, with lithium today, possibilities are pretty much endless. I just feel like I get it, but man, I wish I could do it. You almost need a car trailer just to bring that and your build, because if you, at least for Mecha, if you do the Power Wheels like Mecha, you have to compete with your vehicle too. Can't just do that, which I get it, but it's a lot. Larry says, I have a 55-gallon I need to get rid of. I just stack them up. That's Larry. That just seems SJC's comment. Thanks for tuning in, man. You know what? I wanted to tell you, I know I said on the other thing, on the Kicker Unmasked show, I did order those chips, so I'm going to be able to do a lot more things on our live, showing, video clips, and just, I have some things in the oven cooking for you guys for content, for the live stuff. I feel like that's going to be really cool and interactive, just like how we do now, but just with more stuff. Thanks, David. I don't know what I said, but thank you. Okay, so I'm pretty behind on the conversation. Bassaholic Productions, that's it, my dude. People don't understand what it's like to get involved with an amazing company and amazing people. That's all you want to be around once you get used to it. Absolutely, man. Like when I went to Slamology that first time, like literally, I was parked Timbuktu, I was getting a couple demos, but I was walking toward, or I didn't know, I think that was after. I literally wanted to see Kicker and the Kicker Cube. But we were walking around trying to find it, and I was trying to do other stuff too. But as soon as I got there, it was like awesome, got to meet them, got the demo, whatever. And then I left, the storm came, and then that's whenever I pulled my car up and actually got to give them demos. And it's like, why would I leave? But then I still, I hung out with them, socialized with them, showed people my car, how cool that is. You know, especially when you're just starting out. You know, I've been bass head car audio guy for years and locally, but when you go to a car show, it's a little different than a bass show. Car show, people like it, but they don't know what they're looking at. You're at Slamology. You are at the car show, and you are parked by the Kicker VIP tent section, and people are like, wow, what is that? That is an awesome subwoofer. That's a Kicker subwoofer. That's the 18. That's the Solo X. What is that? And it's just, you know, why would you want to walk away from that? You know, I do miss getting demos and, you know, being like EXO, getting demos and talking to people and stuff. I might do that more this year and just kind of walk away from my car a little bit more because, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, yeah, man, why would you leave? Why would you want to walk away? The grass ain't greener on the other side, man. It's not. It's not. I feel like it's just, you know, because what I do. But half the time, I feel like I don't put out enough Kicker content, you know. And then I hear this, and it's like, you're kidding me, man? You're kidding me. Let's see here. Where's the triangle sub? It's actually over there. I had to move that. I'm working on the Walmart build, part 3. Oh, your CVRs are 500 RMS. Okay, so the 12s and the 15s had the same RMS rating for those CVRs. We fed them 900. Yeah, man, you know, I mean, any sub's going to take more power, especially if you're setting it clean power and you play responsibly. Oh, here we go. We got a super chat from Deviant. 14.4 volt talk takes 53%, so Andy gets 4% total. You know what? It's a deal. That's a deal, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I know it's a shame that YouTube does that, but you got to think about it, man. It's YouTube. They're making it easy so I can just throw this up, you know, to get your comment notified. That's really what it's for. Like donations, yeah, we could do that separately just so, you know, you're helping me out more than YouTube. But when chat's crazy, that's what the super chat is for, is so I see it right away. I can't miss it. Especially whenever you want to get a question that's answered. It's more for bigger YouTube channels when there's like 500 to 1,000 people watching. Your comment can just get lost. Love it, Andy. Thank you, man. Baba says, having the darndest time keeping up with the chat, too. Don't know how you streamer. It's tough, man, and it's like, I don't want to just keep reading comments, but I don't want to talk about a subject too long, but I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at what I'm doing here. I'm trying. I got 2 super chats, but I don't want to skip over everything, but that's kind of the point of the super chats. You go right to it. Baba, thank you, man. All right, Dave, let's do this. Others will follow, and then Dave comes swinging. He's like, here. YouTube ain't taking all my money, but here you go. I'm in it. I'm going to make it rain. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you, guys. All right, let's see. Mullen says, gonna go try and go, just go both days of Slam. I'm gonna go all 3 days of Slam. I think there should be still a Friday where you go and enter for registration, pretty much just so whenever you come there Saturday, usually there's 2 lines, non-registered and registered. It's kind of like a VIP pass in a way. So 3 days, that should be still a thing. I'll have to double check. But yeah, man, first year I only went 1 day. I didn't go the second day. I forget what happened. I really wanted to stay, but we wound up not staying. I was really upset, man. So it's not like I was there forever, but man, I heard it. Drew says, what I do is teach someone else to demo the Tahoe, and that way I can get away from the booth and see other parts of the show. You know what? If I had someone I could trust, because I'm just bringing Kayla and I don't really want to walk away from her. If I had someone I could trust with the bass knob, my system's a little bit different than yours just because I am pushing my stuff to very close a mechanical limit, especially when I'm giving those windy demos. And honestly, I enjoy giving the demos, and I enjoy just being by my car, man. You know, you put all that work into it, you kind of want to be there, but then you also want to see other stuff too, and it really splits you, man. It really splits you. Good point, though, dude. Good point. Oh, we got another super chat from David. He said, darn you, YouTube. Darn you, YouTube. Well, it's okay, Dave. I mean, honestly, you know, whatever you guys donate, whatever I get, I see it as the same value. It's like, okay, I can't spend that money, but at the same time, it's like, man, you gave me $20, dude. You know, like, holy crap, Bubba's giving me $50. Like, even at $1 from the 14.4 guys. You know, anything. It's insane that you guys do that for me and for other guys. And you know, I wish I was a little bit more lucrative. You know, but shoot, man, you guys are just awesome for doing what you do. You know, more men than I am, and thank you so much. See if I skipped over anything too crazy here. William Lindsay, what is up, Annie? How's your week going? It's going great, man. Thank you for tuning in. No Facebook Super Chats. No, Dean. Unfortunately, there is not. I think there's a way you can do it through Facebook, but you gotta be like... Gotta have that blue check mark beside you or something. I don't know. I don't know. Where is Slam going to be at? That's Indianapolis, Indiana. It's literally 5 minutes down the road from the Indy 500. It's at the Lucas Raceway. 25 says, Andy, Down for Sound is teasing the gold amp. Supposed to be $750. And D limited to 100. I'm wanting one. You know what that is? A beautiful amp. I love their amps of how they make them look old school with the heat. Oh, what do they call it? I can't think right now. Drawing a blank. Heat sink. How it's ribbed and finned and, you know, stuff like that. And just the color and everything else designed. I love it. David says, check out Base Wars, Andy at Slam. I know they'll be there, man. They're awesome people. I definitely will. That's the thing, too, because it's like, I know more people now than I did even the past 2 years I went to Slam, 1920, or 1819. I missed 20 and 21, obviously. We all missed 20. So it's going to be a little bit harder. But then at the same time, it's like, or do I just stay in one place for the most time so people that do want to find me can find me? So it's tough, man. It really is. We got a lot of super chats. Oh my goodness, you guys are insane. Bubba, holy moly, dude. Ask and you shall receive, so saith the Lord, amen. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Amen. Amen. David says this advertisement is brought to you by 14.4 Volt Talk, which I am not an official member yet. Oh, okay. So we're going to be having some higher voltage, you know, like some lithium ion, you know, because we're used to the 14.4 volt charging system. You know, we're used to that. So we're going to have to make some changes here, Dave, if you're going to be doing that. Thank you, buddy. You guys are crazy. I feel like I missed another super chat, but I didn't. So I'm good. Awesome. I just don't want to miss them, man. You guys are donating me money. I can't miss that. My goodness. Okay. Bobby B says, Andy, you got all 3 days to represent Kicker. Absolutely, man. It'll be fun, man. I wanted to go to Slam last year, but I was planning to go down to Kicker at the end of summer and just money, and my car wasn't 100%, and I was doing, you know, YouTube, my Team SP Loud, it was a lot, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Kicker's not going anyway. Not a big deal. Kicker's going. I wanted to go anyway. Now Kicker's going, so it's like, I am going. And hopefully, yeah, going down to Kicker HQ this summer, too. So, it's going to be a very, very busy summer. And yes, you heard that here first. I will be down at Kicker at summer. I don't know when, but I will be there. I will be there. Bruce, have you thought... I don't know why I always do like the Brucey accent every time you comment, but thanks for tuning in, buddy. Have you thought about adding super caps to your system? Absolutely, man. I mean, with the lithium, I feel like I'm getting a huge upgrade with just that in general. but I know super caps can discharge, recharge even faster. Like, they're the real capacitors, not the Rockford Fosgate 1 farad. Like, these are like 500 farad per, you know, whatever, per cap, per battery, whatever you call them, super cap per each one. You actually get a lot more power that way compared to the Best Buy ones. So absolutely, that would be cool. If it happens, it's going to happen. If not, it's not. But honestly, I think I'm pretty good on electrical, but you can never have too much electrical, man. Deviant says, we love our fans. Of course you guys do. RGA. Jaquan! What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Supper chats. Only after 7. Let's see here. Deer says you gotta have a big following on Facebook to get super chats. I mean, I got about 5,000 friends, but it's not enough. I understand. Yeah, you need that blue check mark. It's almost like being monetized on YouTube. It's like the same thing. And Facebook groups, Facebook pages don't count. I have obviously the Kicker Club, I Just Want to Bang. I mean, those are 2 groups that are over 10K plus. I have pages that have 14K, and it's just street beating. Check it out. It's just like whatever. But it's like that doesn't count towards you. So I'm not too worried about it. My chat was all frozen. Same, man. That's why I'm behind. Let's see. Gold will be like the old Phoenix Gold amps. Ah, yes, the Down for Sound one. Absolutely, Dean. Absolutely. Baba just thought it was funny, not religious, but spiritual. RGA. I like seeing Andy smile. Same here, man. You're one of the people who put on my face, dude. Really do. First time you sent me that video and I just kind of met you, I'm like, wow, man, I was taken back from it, you know, and it's like, that's why I do what I do. I try not to be a jerk because I like doing what I do. And emotions, just like Will Smith, man, you can't let emotions get the best of you. You can't. Gotta help people, man. $25 says, finally, Andy live and in the studio at Kicker. Absolutely, man. Of course, you know. Nah, I'm just gonna stand behind the camera. I'll just mess with John up there, you know. Just gonna Absolutely, man. Deviant, you know what? You got me. You got me. That's your one a night, man. Yo, Scott, what's going on, boy? What's going on, buddy? Lithium capacitors. Did you say flux capacitors? I think I read that wrong. See, I can click on it. I see the super chat from Cornut, but I can't get to it. We got a lot of comments here. Thank you, man. Thank you, Cornut. So much, man. I can't wait for everything going on, man. I really do. We talk. Let's see here. Okay. Hope are having a good day, man. Absolutely, man. It's always a good day when it's Tuesday, man. I'm all hyped. Everyone in the house is like, what's wrong? I'm like, it's Tuesday. Baba says, when running a Piddly 2300 watt low pro SQ, would a super cap even be necessary? Contemplating running an MM Elite 370 amp with a Titan 8 lithium up front. I love those Titan 8 lithiums. Buddy Todd has one. I really want to get my hands on it and take a look at it, but from specs and from the company, you know, you got good stuff. You got a 370 amp alternator. Now, when you're asking the question, when you have a 2300 watt low pro SQ, I'm not too sure what that means, but a super cap is always going to help, because just like back in the day with the 1 farad capacitors, and they would say, oh, blah, 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 this helps with voltage filtering and power. They weren't wrong. So adding a capacitor can help in that area where you can't hear with your ears, but maybe the mic can. But if you got a 370 amp alternator and you're doing a bunch of SPL stuff, I feel like the main gain is going to be just power available, because you got to think about it. The power is being generated from the alternator, and then that's going to the battery, keep the battery generated. What that super capacitor is doing is just giving that amplifier the power quicker and as much as it almost needs, in a way, until that's depleted. And then it pulls from the battery to recharge the super capacitor, but it can recharge and discharge even faster than lithium, lead acid, AGM, it's down the road, whatever. So absolutely, you would gain in some areas, but it all depends what you're really looking for. You might just be throwing money to the wind and you're not going to tell the difference. I feel like it wouldn't hurt, but I got to know what kind of batteries you got running with that, other than the Titan 8. If it's just the Titan 8 up front, I feel like super caps in the back would be beneficial, because you can run any kind of voltage really on super caps, I believe, in my opinion. So I feel like that would help you if you don't have anything in the back to help take that initial strain from the amplifier from that whole run and going front to back. Jeff Wallace, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Andy, I'm driving a tow truck at the moment. Be safe, man. You better just be listening. Don't be texting and driving here. Let's see. Let me skip down here. I was going on a tangent there a little bit, but you know what? That's what we are here to do. RGA says 5,000 acquaintances, Andy. Impossible to have 5,000 true blue friends. You're telling me, man. My friends are about this many. If I, actually true friends that I know, and, people I trust with my life in those situations. But yeah, man, you're absolutely right. Okay, I caught up the Cornut Super Chat. Samuel says, I need to do a big 3. I got 2 watt to my amp, but nothing on the alt yet wire is so expensive. It is, man, but it's like anything. You got to pay to play. The big 3 is going to be your biggest power increasement that I noticed whenever I started out. I added a battery in the back and whatever, but I didn't see a big gain until I did the big 3, because then I was getting pretty much all the power from my alternator that was stock to the batteries. And it's weird. It's not per se your voltage. Yeah, you have voltage drop, less power, but at the same time, your voltage may still drop, but you're able to produce more power. How that works, I don't exactly know. I'm not an electronic physicist or anything. I'm not a biologist, but still, it will help a ton. Thank you, RGA. Larry. Will Smith, who's that? Only the celebrities I know are 14.4 volt. I can't. Dear Andy, by the way, thank you for accepting my friend request. Absolutely, dude. Thanks for tuning in, man. We're already live for 36 minutes. I know we rolled over last time for I think 2 hours the last show. I said I was going to do it for an hour. You guys kept me long, but it's okay. We're going to try to keep it to 60 minutes tonight. All right? I got a lot to do. I got to bring in that fish tank. It's sitting inside the SUV, and there was something else I got to do. Oh, I got to edit some footage for the guys that put up their pictures on the Kicker Club pinned posts that Kicker UnMasked, John, and all them threw up tonight. I like to throw that on the Kicker Club, so maybe if they missed the Kicker show, they get to see their build on the Kicker UnMasked show on Kicker Club. Choke change. Andy, what is your favorite Kicker amp of all time? The old school cheater amps, Warhorse. I would love to have a Warhorse just to say I have a Warhorse. I have enough electrical to power it now if I'd use both of my JYHP 40s. But I don't have anything to really hook it up. One Solo X, that's, you got to watch. You're not going to see what that amp could actually do, but it would be cool to have like that giant amp, giant sub. That'd be crazy. But hey, who knows? Maybe they might make something just like that. You know, a little bit more attainable than a Warhorse from 2003. JR! Andrew, what's going on, buddy? You better go to sleep tonight. This guy never goes to bed. I thought I didn't go to bed. JR does not go to bed. I'm just going to throw this up here because this is absolute truth. The wife is always right. The quicker you realize that, the quicker your life will get better. You know what, 25? I'm about to unsubscribe from you. I've seen that. Let's see. Okay, here's your amps, Bubba. Audio control, nice. D, 6 channel, looks like 6.1200 for front stage. Jesus. Audio control ACM, 2.3. Okay, so 2 channel, 300 rear stage. Then an audio control, 1 channel, 800 for the subs. Okay, 2300 watts, not SPL, looking for quality, not volume. Yes, I would just, well, you have the Titan 8. You almost want to have something really close to the amplifier just so that you don't have any loss of power that the amplifier may need because of the run of the wire. You're only clamping, you got 800 watts, we'll say, for your sub, and then you got 6 channels and then 2 channels for your rear. It's 8 channels altogether. That's a lot, but you're talking mids and highs and sound quality. This is like an SQ vehicle. So, and you probably want to run it with the car off. So I would probably run the super caps right beside where the amplifiers are in the rear. However you have it, I'm sure it's a very nice, clean looking build with the amount of stuff you got going on in there. That's what I would do. Or you can run a lithium in the back there, just like the Titan 8. The only reason why I say you can, it's not going to hurt. If you have the money to do it, you can try it, and then if you don't like it, that's a lesson learned, and the lesson learns are valuable too, even though you lose money by reselling it, you know, because it's not going to be worth what you paid for it. But I feel like that's something that you can try, or you can use it for a bigger build down the road. You may not need a ton of those super caps. You may need just maybe like 6 or however many it takes to get to the quote voltage that you're running at. I forget what those they're kind of rated at. I know it's different than a lithium ion and all that stuff, but I know that they have a very wide range of voltage and how they need to be charged. It's a lot looser than a battery, but they don't hold much capacitance. It's the discharge and recharge rate. It's static electricity. That's how capacitors work. Literally, like you know, putting your feet on the floor and tapping somebody. That's how a capacitor, the same type of electricity. It's insane. And when you run a Boss amp, it's the same electricity coming from the sky. I can't. Subs are a pair of 48. Okay. CWR. Okay, Comp RT. Comp RT. That's the circle. W, right. Because that would be the LT for the square. RT12 2. So 2 ohm version. And you probably have them wired at 2 ohms on that 800.1. Yeah, man. I mean, you can, but nothing too crazy. I think if you're doing SQ and you want everything to be perfect, it wouldn't hurt. Again. Chant says, I need to start getting into installs. These SXS systems are where I'm at. I live in the Desert Dunes area in southern Arizona, California area. There's a crazy amount of people installing these things now. That's the thing. You know, if you live in Pittsburgh or you live in the suburbs, you might not be able to get away with something. You got to take it somewhere to ride it. But in your case, man, absolutely. And they know that. So it's a thing, man. It really is. It's just not worldwide as much as, like, you know, putting a system in your car. You know, everybody has a car no matter where you're at, unless you're in Japan or New York and you have a moped. So, absolutely, man. I keep seeing these super chats, but I think they're the same ones from Bubba and David. I appreciate you guys. David, your little $1.99 still hanging there from the beginning of the show, and I don't know if it's glitching. Definitely got to update this chip. Dean Brockway, see, I don't know. I know that I know enough to say that I don't know enough about super caps, but I know how they work. Do you really need caps if you have enough amp hours of lithium batteries? I thought a good high C rating can deliver enough instantaneous power. That's my understanding, but at the same time, I think the super caps are even faster. Now, how to rate that, I don't know. C ratings, I get that, you know, the amp hour, the amount of discharge over the hour, of how much it can do, and like there's burst and continuous different ratings, and like just like car batteries, their amp hours are different. It's like a 20-hour parasitic draw or whatever. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't feel comfortable saying, okay, you absolutely need super capacitors to have even more better electrical than you would with just lithium, because I feel like lithium is really close to that discharge rate in a way compared to AGM and lead acid batteries. I'm not saying it's super close, but I feel like if you're comparing it from just AGMs or lead acids in your car, the lithium is a heck of a step forward. The super capacitors are just going to be even better. But again, the capacitance, pros and cons. You get all this, you know, speed, but you can't go long. That's the thing. So I feel like you kind of got to mix them in together. I knew a guy that actually had his whole entire build of just super capacitors and one 12-volt battery up front just to start the car and run the car. And he would demo for, you know, a while. But then again, you know, is he demoing full tilt? Probably not. You know, and his alternator's keeping up or whatever. And it's just, it's doable. It definitely is doable. But then he would say, man, yeah, my super capacitors, they just need charge. They're not keeping up. My alternator's getting hot. It's not enough for what I'm pulling. And he had a nice 158 build, man. Later, David. David's leaving. I missed it. Right here, David says, you guys have a great, safe night. See y'all next time, maybe tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, there's some news. I don't know if I want to say it. I know Vega put a post about it, but maybe he could tell you if he's watching down here what's going on tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, Dave. Miss you, buddy. But yeah, that was a good question, Dean. I just am not the person to fully answer it. In my opinion, I really wouldn't look at the amp hours. And like, I know you know about the C rating and stuff. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine unless you're trying to compensate for something else, or you really need that instantaneous burst. Just like anything, man. Just overcompensate with something else. Maybe just a better alternator, more batteries. But I don't know. I really don't know. That's a hard one. Let's see here. Budget Gem, I loved his channel, 25. He actually retired, and he is a car salesman owner or something like that. He's done. Awesome guy, man. I know when I did a couple of my YouTubes, I felt like I was acting like him, like the way I was talking and stuff. You do that. You watch other YouTubers, and I watch other YouTubers, and we kind of all pull and thing, you know, off each other. It's just how it is. It's human nature. And I just thought it was funny because I'm like, man, I kind of sound like him when I do things. Not just because they were both doing amp dynos or anything, but, you know, the way he'd talk and, you know. He was awesome, man. Cornut, my mom is coming down this weekend to have me finish her stereo. She has a CXA 1800.1 Sundown, SA10 on an AC 4.300, upgrading stock speakers to Kappa Infinity. Nice components. Oh my goodness. Components up front and coaxials and rear doors. She's 61. Listen, bass and age have nothing. It's all in. If you like loud music or you like music in general, an audiophile, whatever you want to call it. Like when I listen to Mozart, sometimes it's like, man, I just love music. You know, yeah, I'm one of those. And it's just because it's actually music. So that's awesome that she's still doing that. And she's obviously someone that wants to hear the music in a good way and maybe a little bit louder than normal. And especially when you're getting older, you might need it a little bit louder. you don't want to be clipping it, and then you're defeating the purpose. You can't hear it, and it just doesn't sound any better. Let's see, let me skip down here. Calum817, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Fuego, where is El Fuego? Oh, there he is. Late to the show, the boss is in town. Hello, all from Pacific Northwest. I know, I'm waiting for you on that roll-in, man. You're usually right there on time, man. It's all right, buddy. Thank you for tuning in, dude. I hope your move-in's going good with everything in your YouTube studio. Can't wait to see that stuff, dude. Me love you long time. Thank you, Jeff. Just scrolling through the comments here. I don't want to skip over too much here. Never too old for sound. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, if you guys got any last questions, probably going to wrap it up here in a few. Because we do go live on Friday, too. Don't forget about that. RVH says lithium plus super caps is a win-win. Absolutely. I mean, you're not gonna hurt yourself by doing that, but is it gonna not outweigh the cost, but is it going to give you any more performance that you can noticeably tell or your system needs? I feel like every situation is different. And that's like anything, you know, that's why we do these amp dynos, that's why we do these reviews. But with that, you almost need to try it yourself to see if you actually need it. Or you got to almost dig deeper into how batteries work and see if the gains of running a supercapacitor of whatever farad, whatever discharge rate would be beneficial to you. That's where I like go down the rabbit hole, and Kayla's like, what are you watching? Or whoever I'm around, like, what are you watching? I'm like, listen, I'm learning stuff. That's almost what you kind of got to do with that. Or just buy it, try it, see what happens. William Lindsay says 12 volt talk is coming back. All right, well, since Vega's not here, William threw it up there. 12 volt talk is back. That is awesome. You know, I don't know what I was doing on Wednesdays. I know 99 did this show like once or twice. But then it's like there was really nothing for the longest time, and there still really isn't. And I'm like, you know what? That is awesome. Sometimes you get burnt out from doing this stuff. And they have so many episodes. It's insane. Like, they're the longest running podcasters, I think, in car audio, literally. So you got to give them a break, man. Plus, they do their channels. They got one video coming out a week, if not more, and doing that. That is a lot, man. Regardless if it's your full-time job or not, that's a lot of work, man. It really is. Baba says, Living Loud with Andy, 5-star, Dean, Brian Schmidt, and Car Audio Fab at 6:30. I think 12 volt is at 8:30 p.m. if I recall correctly. Okay. I didn't know Dean went live on Wednesday at 6:30. I know he did something Saturday. I didn't know Car Audio, Mark did lives, or are they jumping on with Rob and Derek? Mozart, it's all about this. All right, let's see. Samuel Seal, it's getting close to my bedtime. 4 a.m. start, baby. That's when I go to bed, but I appreciate you tuning in, man. That's awesome. It's awesome. Deer says, I'll be happy when I can leave Pentucky so I can feel safe again. Pennsylvania ain't that bad, buddy. RVH says, lithiums can't discharge as fast as a supercapacitor. Capacitors act as an extension of the amp's internal power supply. Literally is, because you think about it, your amplifier has supercapacitors in there already. So you're just adding to it, like you are saying. I guess that's an easy way to explain. I never really thought about explaining it that way, but it really is. That's what you're doing. You're beefing up the power supply of the amplifier, but externally. That's a very good way, RVH. But we know Kicker, man, I think they're a little overbuilt. 2,400 watts, negative, minus, or plus at 1 ohm on the KX2400. Cough, cough. Yeah. Oh, really? It did that much power? Oh, well, we just kind of went overkill, didn't we? Live with Dean and Fernando and... Okay, tomorrow. Oh, Dean doing a special stream on 5-star this Wednesday. Oh, okay. Well, does he know that they were going to do 12-volt talk? I mean, I know it's before, RVH, I have my moments. All right, we are caught up on questions. Oh my goodness, I know I skipped through a couple. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard. You guys are here. We got a lot of people here enjoying the content, so this is what we're doing. And I try to pick out the best ones, the ones that I can see that I feel like I can answer. And we're not side jagging too much, Deviant. So if you guys got anything last to say, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here in like a minute. So literally last questions, throw them down below. And of course, we're gonna be live Friday after the Rolling Thunder podcast. Around 10-ish, the usual. Dean's is at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, so that's 6:30 for me. Senior moments. Awesome, guys. Man, you guys been awesome tonight, for real. And, I know the topic was a little bit different tonight on the UnMasked show, but it was still good. And I feel like they have to cover all their bases, man. They really do. And ATVs are cool. I would like to see a demo, but that's hard to do, to ask them and to ask those people to show a demo and all this other kind of stuff. It's hard to do it with that because it's like an entirely different subject with an ATV compared to a car. That's why I did bring up the stators, like what kind of charging system, upgrades can you do? And there's nothing, but that's the whole thing. You don't really put thousands of watts on an ATV to begin with. You just need some mids and highs and stuff like that. 25 people made it rain. Where's Kayla gonna want to eat? Well, we went to the Cheesecake Factory, thanks to you guys. So I don't know. Chipotle's probably. Chipotle's is one of her more favorite restaurants that we don't go to all the time. And I don't know. It's not a fancy restaurant or anything like that, but absolutely, man. Oh yeah, Kayla gets some of this cut. Seems like it. Cornut, thank you for your super chat. Bubba says, I always come through at the end with a super chat, so I guess I'll do it one more time. And he's right, and you do. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's why we do this. It's why I'm doing lives twice a week now. And it's just fun. It really is. And I get to hang out with you guys. And you make it worth my while. You really do. And then some. Like, holy crap. You guys are freaking awesome. All right, 25. Question for Andy. Why is Rockford Fosgate better than Kicker? I like Rockford Fosgate, man. Lightning Audio was my first sub. That was Rockford Fosgate. I mess with it, man, big time. Oh, you guys hear the fire whistle? I don't know if you can hear it too well. My parents' house, my house, both live beside a fire hall. I've never got away from it. Kayla's like, how do you put up with that all the time? I'm like, used to it. Now she likes it. It's a thing, man. If you live by a fire hall, you'll understand. Bobby B. Andy, thoughts on Big 5? Positive at all? Negative, bold, negative? I mean, you can add extra grounds and extra runs. Only thing it's going to do is help lower the resistance. The electrical is going to go to the lowest resistance with the, that's just how things work. Pressure, electricity goes to the weakest, lowest resistance, lowest pressure, weakest point, whatever. Well, not weakest point with grounds, but you know what I mean. Least resistance. So how that exactly works, from what my understanding is it's going to use one run that has the lower resistance and not use the other ones. That's what I've heard. Now, is that actually a thing? I don't know how to test that. That would be something cool to see if those additional grounds that you're running even help any, and what they do help, and if there's an electrical test that you could do for that. I would love to learn on that. I don't know. Good connections are king, Bobby, says RGA. Thank you, William, for tuning in, man. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you. Pavas, I got 5 on it to join Cornut. Thanks, man. You guys are funny with the... I can't. Take Kayla to Permane Brothers. All right, so you know about the Pittsburgh area. Absolutely, man. You know what? I don't think we've ever went there. I went there like once, I think. God, my family. Absolutely, man. There's one about 25 minutes from me. Samuel, for power supply for the 1800.1, do you think 2 lead acids are enough, or should I wait for a lithium bank or supercapacitor? They're very efficient amplifiers, I'll tell you that. I'm getting away with 1 AGM Group 31, 2400 watts, 600 watts per cell, just a regular AGM in the back, and 0 gauge wire run into it, and it's fine. I'm at 2 ohms, and it's totally fine. But that amp, I feel like, will run, it won't hurt itself if you have very bad electrical. Because I ran it on very bad electrical on the Geo one time. Had on 8 gauge wire from the front run, and it would work fine. There was no problem, but if I turn it up like 1 click or more, it would just go into protect and then come back. And I'm like, okay. So I just need more electrical, period. But it was banging pretty good, and I got a 60 amp alternator and the battery the size of a walnut. Like, it's terrible. So it did really good for what it was, and it was fine. And I just threw a battery back there, and still the 8 gauge running, and never had a problem because the battery was taking the abuse. So if you run even just 1 lead acid back there, you should be fine. Just like any amplifier, you know, if you abuse it too much, yeah, it might break on you. But it's kicker, man. They are meant to go into protect and out of protect, into protect, out of protect, over and over and over and over. And it shouldn't give you a problem. It's really hard to blow up a kicker amp. If it does, it's usually just one that slipped through the cracks, or just something just happened to go, you know. And obviously, like all kicker products, man, you know, you can always talk to them. They're really good about that. Kale, now I live right across the street from a tornado siren. It drives the dog crazy. See, that's what I'm worried about moving to Oklahoma. The tornadoes and then tornado sirens. That's a thing. I know I get the notification on my phone. RVH says, Andy, y'all have to get out to the Berg's Pizza. I know, I want to check that out. I do. I always wanted to have a Ben Roethlisberger, you know. I always wanted to have one of those too. I think that's where they sell it at. Or at least one of those shops down there. See ya, dear. All right, we are good. We are caught up. I'm boycotting until we get Andy Mannequin. Hey, you never know. All right. Well, by the sound of the song, it's dying down a little bit. We did the hour, and we had fun. So, as always, have a good night. Stay warm. Enjoy your rest of your evening. And as always, stay living loud. We'll see you next time.